Hey, let's do tonight. Delve into something that, you knew was coming at some point, and I got an opinion about these, and it's funny, a lot of these artists, like for instance, the artist I'm talking today, probably to the general public had a large profile, but somewhat underperformed in their solo career. I would beg to differ in some of it because I think that in this artist's case, and I'm talking about the great John Lennon. I'm going to try to get through all the Beatles here, even the the difficult ones, even maybe Ringo's one too. That would probably be the fourth, but we're going to intend to get through those. And this is the first of the such. And this is a John catalog, and it's surprisingly lean. As you know, there's only 8 records we're going to count. I'm not going to count anything that he did with the experimental stuff, Life with the Lions. We're not going to count that, or the Baby's Heartbeat, or the Wedding Album, or we're really not counting anything that, and I did include Double Fantasy here. I did put it in there, and I should have put it in Yoko's too. I think we did. I think we mentioned where it would slide in. Probably should have done that in this way too, but it was here. And so anyway, we are going to delve into the 8 records that John Lennon made. Now, again, the Beatles legacy, some of the stuff he had with singles and stuff were non-LP. So I think he really intended, and for the most part, I think all his records were pretty much conceptual or intended to be a record that encapsulates a certain feel. So we're going to get started off here with number 8 with his covers bonanza here, his rock and roll Phil Spector sessions, kind of the end of the line of the what they call the Great Dream, when he broke off with Yoko and went off with May Pang, and so he does a rock and roll record, and the rock and roll record ends in something where somebody takes the tapes. And Joe, if you would put it on here, we've already had the other rock and roll in it, but put on there was an Atom Records release on television for a very short period of time where you could get these tracks on Atom Records, and it has a different cover completely. And the connection to Spectre about this other thing, who knows? But I think that was pretty much the end of the line there, and it was kind of fiasco. But let's talk about the contents here. I'm not one. I'm never one really for uh, covers, especially covers of songs that people know. I don't understand why artists do that. I mean, here I am doing songs about my hometown. We're getting ready to release something, but they're not. It's not a cover song. I don't have a problem with that, but I just don't understand why people feel compelled to do this. Todd did that on Faithful. He did it on one side of Faithful, the Good Vibrations. Of course, he did it all in the same year. It was kind of a year of awakening for him, I guess, 66, 67. But this is a little bit older than that. The Lieber Stroller stuff, and Ain't That a Shame is decent, and it's okay. But again, drenched in reverb, drenched in overdubs, just too much. And that's my number 8. And I just don't find it really adds too much to the canon. I don't mind him. I don't mind covers sometimes of him doing covers, but this whole record, the Phil Spector involvement, and maybe it's the stuff that happened later, but I don't really think I would have ever moved it off number 8. And that's my number 8, my last one. Or number 8. And number 7, let's go to the another one that I do not have at hand here. I know I've got it. I think it's probably in the Zappa section. Sometime in New York City, which without question is the shittiest group of songs that they've ever put together. The woman is the blank of the world, Angela, the Attica state and all. I mean, it was the total protest situation. It was a total alignment with the John Peel have a marijuana thing. It was the whole sort of, I think for the first time people saw it as kind of stripped down, not so much that it was all the bed in and all this stuff happened before, but when it was stripped down, all the stuff was just too hard hitting, and I think a lot of it too is on the band. They don't talk a lot about it, but it was the original Plastic Ono band, and I don't think the tracks were that inspired. I don't think the production was really good. I don't really like the sound of the drums and the bass in it, compared to the great sounds that they got before with Klaus Voormann and McCartney and such with the Beatles. So I just didn't like it. And certainly the second record where they had the live stuff and they did the stuff with Zappa, which is just Zappa got all mad because they stole King Kong. They put it out as they called it Jam Rag. And it literally, King Kong was playing in the background. No, that's not the only thing that was playing. Yoko was doing her thing and stuff. But yeah, fun night, but just messing with people's heads here, really. Let's go to number 6. And we're talking about number 6. And it's the one of the ones that start to have these all the way out. I'm talking about Double Fantasy. And I'm only talking about the John contribution with this. I'm not crazy about the song Woman. I remember having to sing it in a band in one of my last incarnations of the band because it was felt to be a big deal. I'm not a big fan of Starting Over either. Cleanup Time's not bad. Beautiful Boy's probably my favorite thing on it. But I guess watching the Wheels really is a big thing. But I really like Yoko stuff on here, like Kiss, 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 and every man has a woman. I mean, that whole compilation, the later one they did that with Costello, did that version and Woman and I mean, and Hard Times are over. Really just nice record. Uh, Incredible, man. This song, Dear Yoko here also. It's just Give Me Something. I mean, I like her stuff better, but I'm not counting it towards John. John had his thing. And that's my number 6 at Double Fantasy. Let's go with number 5. Now, where's he going to go? Now, I counted Live Peace, I did count Live Peace. You don't count the live albums. I know, Tony, I don't count the live albums. I know I don't count the live albums, but in this case, there's very little of this was in his solo catalog. And he had such few records that I did include it in here, but it's not this one. It's going to be Mind Games. Number 5, I think it's still dealing with the hangover of the record before. I think it's getting back to this thing. Of course, everybody likes "I'm the Bird" and "You're the Intuition." Everybody likes. Only People I Know, Meat City. But again, I think when compared to the other thing, Mind Games is good. I'm not crazy about Tight Ass. It's okay. I'm sorry. One Day at a Time. Bring on the Lucy. It's okay. I mean, a lot of people love it. I just don't think it is. I think it's, you can tell that with some of the production that it's definitely done with the same touch that was done before here. But, with the big cavernous sound and the way that it goes, I just don't find it to be, again, one of his best works. Everybody's got a different opinion about things. Some people like it better. Anyway, I'm going to go next to the one that you might be surprised I said, but it's the live version. And again, I know it's not a whole record because you got to do the Yoko's doing her thing on the second side. John, let's hope for peace and don't worry, Kyoto, which takes up most of the second side with Clapton with the slide, and John Lennon. But the version of Money on here, that's one of the best vocals. I mean, really, to me, that's the essence of rock and roll. When you hear he comes in, Clapton, when they snap it off, he goes, "The best things in life." I mean, to me, that it does it for me. Cold Turkey's beautiful too. Your Blues is a pretty good run too. Dizzy Miss Lizzie gets out of there. Give Peace a Chance. Little Weird Blue Suede Shoes is kind of a strange opener, but hey, I don't have the calendar here to show you. But anyway, that's going to be my number 4 John Lennon solo album, which is Live Peace in Toronto. That's my number 4. And let's go to number 3. And number 3 is the better of the Maypang era. We're talking about Walls and Bridges. When there was still a lot of focus, man. Going Down on Love, the duet with John. And you know how this record is. This record's kind of weird if you don't have the record, you have the CD or whatever. But it kind of comes out in strips, And Interesting the way the record goes. And then you got John kind of giving you the woolies with that. I guess if you bend it back around, I'm not going to take it that far. Sorry. And John wearing them all on the back. But anyway, going down on love, old dirt road, whatever gets you through the night. You don't know what you got until you lose it. Scared is a good song. Number 9 Dream has the, he does that also for a long time. He does that chord. He just rides on it. And then they change. I thought I would feel da-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Just beautiful, man. Yeah, it's kind of a throwaway. Nobody loves you, kind of a throwaway. It kind of peters out. Beef jerky's okay. Steel and Glass, but surprise, surprise is good. But to me, this album kind of dies after Steel and Glass. I mean, I like the last couple songs; they're okay. But when you're talking about John Lennon, man, I just think that I think that he could and did do better than these, and that is number 3. I mean, in the last couple songs. And now we'll get to a couple albums where there's nary anything to waste. And I'm talking about the fabulous Response to Ram, right? Is that what it is? Do I have the thing in here where he's got the... Yeah, interesting. This is the Imagine record. Look at this. Everything in a circle, all the credits in a circle. Interesting. Imagine John Love. Beautiful. Anyway, what can I say? I mean, this record is jam-packed from the get-go. Imagine, of course, crippled inside, jealous guy. It's so hard. I don't want to be a soldier, mama. I don't want to die. Give me some truth. Oh, my God. Oh, my love, how do you sleep? And that's the Dig It Paul McCartney song, How, which is just beautiful with strings. And then ends with Oh Yoko, kind of a ukulele along, beautiful little. My love will turn you on. I mean, we all, if you're a hard thing of music, you've been through the good feelings with this thing. And I never in my life ever, from the time pretty much I was buying records, I had this shortly thereafter. In fact, I had this long time before I had my number 1 record. Because it just wasn't as widely distributed. But when this record came out and this song came out, it was earth shattering. Everybody knows. I mean, it had the same sort of feel. And I talked about this before about Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. It was about the same time. And I guess it was the weariness of the 70s, or whatever it was that made it that way. But when I was young and these things hit me right about coming of age, there's just something about what's going on. And Imagine the sound of that reverb on the piano. Da-na-na-na, da-na. You could hear the room. On all that, I'm just playing, watching the wheels, but the piano sound and the sound that, I guess it was the white piano echoing off, but that only leaves us one. And that leaves us the Primal Scream Therapy record. And to me, this is the greatest ever. And if you know that there's a counterpart Yoko no record where John and Yoko are the exact same cover, but John and Yoko are in the opposite positions. And this one, Yoko is comforting John, who's the artist. And the other one, which I love to death too, man. John Lennon plays guitar on it. Is fantastic. But this record was scary to some people. I think some people were afraid of it, and you don't blame them really. And when you look at it here from the beginning, Mother, you had me, but I never had you. When you start off there, man, he's kind of ripping it all out. Hold on to Yoko. I found out, which is kind of an angry stomp. Then you got your the put down, but you're so fucking peasants or whatever, as far as I can see. Isolation, beautiful song. And then you get to the B-side, and the B-side is Remember, Love, and then well, which is all about his wedding up at the Rock of Gibraltar and stuff. It's intense, man. Look at me, and then God is the one who puts it all done. And in the end, my mommy's dead. Such a sad, sad, sad song. But of course, it's the most wide open, naked thing ever. And look what I actually found: a Capitol version of this on Capitol Records. Plastic Ono band. I've never seen it before, man. I got it now, bro. So, but anyway, that's my John Lennon list, dudes. That's my John Lennon list. That's number one. That's the best one. It's the rawness of it. It's the same band that's on the Yoko record here when she's doing Why and Why Not. They're pounding out the some of the same beats, some of the same stuff. It's a great Ringo Starr drumming it. Just it's a moment in time, man. It was a separation right from the Beatles, and it's John having to go and kind of a little nervous and raw and experimental and kind of trying to put it all together, all those experimental records and everything else all meeting in one place here. And it's a GD masterpiece, right? I think it is. I love it. I can listen to it all day. So that's my number one. Please share your thoughts down there, guys. Please hit the like button, smash that like button, please. Keep punching it out for us really good. We do appreciate that. Again, like to see it. If we haven't heard about it, we're having the record release party down here on May 10th, 2025 at the Queen City Coffee House in Kaiser, West Virginia, celebrating the vinyl release of Welcome to Kaiser. We're very excited about that. I have another companion video I just did on it. Thank you guys very much for your support. I appreciate you leaving your comments, and we will check you next time. Thanks.